Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Russia has intensified its strikes on the southern Ukrainian region of Odessa, causing widespread power cuts and threatening the region's maritime infrastructure. Last week, there were warnings that the focus of the war may have shifted towards Odessa. President Volodymyr Zelensky said the repeated attacks were an attempt by Moscow to block Ukraine's access to maritime logistics. Earlier in December, Russian President Vladimir Putin threatened to sever Ukraine's access to the sea in retaliation for drone attacks on tankers of Russia's shadow fleet in the Black Sea. The US Justice Department has released its largest batch of the so-called Epstein files, the documents it holds relating to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Today's drop follows the publication of several others over the weekend. Many details in the thousands of files have also been heavily redacted. Donald Trump is named in the files and is listed as a passenger on Epstein's jet 8 times between 1993 and 1996. There is also an email sent to Ghislaine Maxwell from an unknown person at Balmoral, the residence Prince Andrew used to live at, with the line, "How's LA? Have you found me some new inappropriate friends?" The Department of Justice had been legally required to publish them all by the end of Friday. President Donald Trump has announced that the US will commission a new series of heavily armed Navy battleships named after himself as part of a revamped Golden Fleet. Construction on the Trump-class USS Defiance ship, which will be equipped to carry an array of weapons, is expected to begin soon, with Trump saying the first vessels will be operational in 2.5 years. The announcement is part of a larger planned expansion of the US Navy by President Trump in both manned and unmanned vessels, including larger missile-armed warships and smaller vessels. Officials have warned that the US currently lags behind China in both shipbuilding capacity and total output.
So the battleships are going to be armed just in terms of guns and missiles at the highest level. They'll also have hypersonic weapons, many hypersonic weapons, state-of-the-art electric rail guns, and even the high-powered lasers that you've been starting to read about. We have lasers where you aim the laser at a target, it just wipes it out. The U.S. Navy will lead the design of these ships along with me because I'm a very aesthetic person.
At least 5 people have been killed after a Mexican Navy plane crashed in foggy conditions near Galveston, Texas on Monday, while transporting a child burns victim.
Just hang on a minute.
According to flight tracking website Flight Radar, the plane was last reported at 15:01 local time over Galveston Bay near Skulls International Airport. The aircraft was taking part in a medical mission on behalf of the Micho Imai Foundation, which provides care to Mexican children with severe burns. Mexico's Secretariat of the Navy said 1 person remains missing and 2 others were rescued alive. Vince Zampella, who co-created the popular video game series Call of Duty, has died in a car crash in California at the age of 55. The influential video game developer was traveling in a Ferrari with another person when it crashed and caught fire on a highway in Los Angeles on Sunday. Video has since emerged showing a red car losing control before bursting into flames. It is unclear if Zampella was driving the car and who the other person inside was. Both people inside the vehicle died. And the US Food and Drug Administration has approved a pill version of the weight loss drug Wegovy, according to pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk. It is the first pill of its kind to receive approval from the regulator, marking a new era for weight loss drugs. Wegovy's Danish makers, Novo Nordisk, said the once-daily pill was a convenient option to the injectable and would provide the same weight loss as the shot. It comes after Wegovy was approved by the FDA specifically for weight loss. Others like Ozempic, which has similar weight loss effects, were primarily approved for the treatment of type 2 diabetes. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.